Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hello, everyone.
everybody.
Can you hear us? Hi, everyone. Welcome to the live. I have the lovely Revealing the Narc here joining me. Let me know if you can
Hello.
hear us. We're very excited. There's so much to talk about today. Oh, I think I had my computer. There we go. Hi, everybody. Hi, Carol. Hi, Teaspoon. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Margaret, Ivy, House of Bark. We got a good crew here this Sunday morning. There's just been so much to talk about. I'm so excited that I have Revealing the Narc on the show because she is the queen of video clips. And let me just tell y'all, Meghan Markle, she's the Christmas gift that keeps on giving, right? Just when we thought we didn't have anything to talk about, boom, here they come, like an episode of explosive diarrhea. I hate to say it, but literally, grab the Imodium. How are you, Revealing? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. I'm good. The shorts. Yeah, this she gave a lot of content for how long was that walk across that carpet? 3 minutes?
Oh my God, I don't even know. Yeah, just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, and in my opinion, that body language was body languaging. He was
Mhm.
giving a lot of non-verbal cues. They say 80% of communication is non-verbal. And they were giving off a lot of clues. Their body language, in my opinion, was off the charts. What was your take on Harry and Meghan on the red carpet revealing?
I mean, I so the first video that came out was the one where they're preparing to go backstage. And the initial first impressions were that she's acting meek, she's being submissive. But then you see the rest of them, and she absolutely was not. I did a video about this same thing. I talked through the clips and I talked about how Megan, in my opinion, and allegedly, and as someone from the outside looking in, Megan knows she messed up with the Diana drive.
Mm-hmm.
She knows it, she pushed it too far, and now she is in what I wanna call a mini love bombing stage. She's trying to draw him back in because she pushed it too far. So all of this is a performance, what you're seeing. And the funny thing is, I did a video clip of the moment where she's staring at Harry.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I think she's actually signaling him, "Start walking." If you watch the clip, his reaction is almost immediate to start walking again. So, this is what I mean. She's trying to show that she was meek, but then you watch the other stuff, and actually, she is fighting so hard to not take control, and it still comes out. Like, she can't help herself.
Right. To me, she's gone back to the original. Remember the original days when she would look up at him adoringly, be like, H. And she was just pretending she was so enamored with him, the staring up at him, almost like it's just weird. Like, I don't want someone staring at me like that. I call them her Charles Manson eyes. She's just
Mhm.
glaring into his soul. And he's like oblivious to the fact that she's even looking at him. He's not even paying attention to her. He's looking off, like deer in the headlights. He's squirrel. He's looking at anything but Meghan. He's over this look, in my opinion. I think what it is she's doing damage control because you were 100% correct, revealing that that was a car crash last week. She made a huge mistake. That whole Diana thing, driving through the tunnel and acting like it was a coinky dink. So she's trying to do damage control, showing that they're a loved up couple. But again, the body language here on the red carpet was really awkward. I'm going to see if I can find the proper clip here.
I
Of
can
I think I
I
have
can
some.
upload a bunch of them if you want, because I have them ready to go.
Okay, that's the mask slip. Hold on. I have a red carpet one that I want to show you guys. Let me see if I can get this one on here. Hold on one second. You guys keep talking.
So I wanted to say on my channel, I've been doing a series about the narcissistic stare, and I have many. I think there are 4 different stares that Meghan gives, and one of them is the love bombing stare, and that was the very first in the series that I did. I have a couple of clips that I talked through where Meghan is giving that stare to Harry, and she's doing it here too, but here I felt it was a combination of the narcissistic stare and, a command to continue walking.
Right. Look at this clip here. Someone said my microphone was too low. Is it a little bit higher, guys? Is it higher? Okay, I fixed my mic here. It's as loud. It's louder than it was. Let me know how the volume is. Someone said my voice is lower, so I have it pretty high. Let me know how it's doing, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, so here's the red carpet. This is that weird moment where she was almost like forcing him, like, hold my hand, Harry, hold my hand, Harry. Like, she just can't leave the man alone for 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
and
she's controlling him. It's a control mechanism.
can I upload?
Yes.
Because I have some where I combined the different angles and made one video of the same moment.
Yeah.
It's just gonna take me a second though
Okay.
to get it.
All right,
But
volume is good. Okay, sounds better. It's so weird, guys. I apologize. When you're streaming, we have different computers, different softwares, different microphones. And when I'm recording, it'll sound like I'm shouting. But then when I'm doing a live stream, people are like, we can't hear you. So, all right, guys. While she's doing that, we're going to go over some of the comments here.
I
Um,
uploaded one just now.
Okay. Maggie R says, I think so too. MK, he's so addicted to her somehow. Absolutely. MK mind control. We have Terry says, the award was a pay to play award. They bought the award I'm sorry, just like they always do. You know what's really weird? Yeah, they bought just like they bought the other awards they have received. It didn't seem like the people in the audience even really knew why they won the award. It's like Meghan had to explain it to them why she won the award. Okay, so which one do you want me to do first? If you have 3 video clips, do you want to put
Just
them on the stage or
no, go ahead and do them. And I muted them so there's no
great?
audio.
Okay.
So this moment, she's telling Harry, stop talking. So, and I have it from 2 different angles. And she did this in Jamaica too. So you see Harry, this is what I mean. Like she can't hide the controlling, the needing to be the center of attention, where she's like, move along, Harry, you're done talking to him. It's my turn now to talk. And he just shook, like he literally just greeted him. And Megan's like, okay, Harry, my turn. I mean, yeah, okay, Harry, my turn. And what she'll do is she'll also stare at the target of the person she's trying to talk to. So this is a double approach. One is to get Harry to stop talking, and one is to get the other man to look at Meghan so Meghan can now have the conversation with him.
Oh my God. That is that is weird. Now what I look, she literally bumps him. She taps his shoulder. That is so annoying.
Yeah, and
Why did she do that?
she did exactly that in Jamaica.
Oh my, I'm surprised Harry has not turned around and said, get the F off of me. Could you
Yeah.
imagine being with someone who's constantly tugging you, tugging you, tugging you, and then they tap you because you're talking to somebody? Like, oh my God, that is just bizarre. Let's go ahead and put this other one up here. Okay, this is the one where she basically turns around with the Charles Manson eyes.
This was the second clip that came out, and when I tweeted this, I said, "Oh, well, there's the Meghan we all know." So it showed me that we have footage coming that's going to be wild, because the original clip, the very first clip that came out, she seemed so meek, I'm going to remove that one video we already played, and I'm going to upload another one now. Sorry that I'm doing so many, but it's just
Oh no, share away, share away. Look at this. In my opinion, she looks like she's had some major work done. I'm not trying to be mean, but her face is looking plastic. It's like unmovable. Look at that. Oh,
and notice she actually
oh,
almost I feel her face touches his shoulder. I can't tell, but this is a signal for him to move because notice as soon as she looks at him, he starts walking. So this is a dual thing. She wants to look adoring to the crowd and she wants to get him to move. And it's so there's a victory look that she gives when he moves. In the very first part of the clip, it's much more evident. Like the quality of the video is better. Like look how she looks back. Just
she's
so
so,
self-satisfied.
she's so smug.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nothing meek or humble about this woman at all.
No, not at all.
Tam Fit says Harry is a well-trained puppet. Absolutely. I'm trying to read your comments, guys. Someone said the vein is gone. Absolutely. I think she Botoxed that thing out. um, Cher says, oh, being honest. Okay. What was the other comment I meant to get? Oh, she's going bald like Harry. Yes, I did see a video clip where she had her ponytail when she was coming out of the hotel in New York. Her hair just looks different. Maybe she just wears hair pieces revealing. I don't know, but it looked thinner. You know, I don't like to comment on that, but it did look a little thinner. I think she nudged him. What this person says, nudged him to move. Yeah, absolutely. It's a controlling mechanism. I mean, look at this. Who acts like this? I've never seen a couple do this. And you're right, revealing the way she just glances at him like, move, Harry. Really strange.
Yeah, and it's two birds with one stone because she's also trying to look adoring, like she's adoring him to the crowd. There's a Seinfeld episode where Courtney Cox is on it. She's Jerry's girlfriend, and they pretend to be husband and wife to get cheaper dry cleaning, but that's that's not the point. And he says to her, "My loving wife," and she says to him, "My adoring husband." And Jerry's like, "What does adoring do for me? Like I said I was loving, my loving wife. I called you loving. You're you're not like reciprocating. All you're doing is again turning it back on you that I'm your adoring husband, the one that adores you." And that's I feel what Meghan is doing.
Absolutely. Kipper14 says, absolutely love all of your shorts revealing you've caught some great narc shots. Absolutely. Meghan is definitely love bombing H. Now, according to Neil Sean, which I'm sure you might have heard this, there's been a lot of tension and fighting behind the scenes. I think Harry was a little pissed that his wife did that whole Paris stunt. I mean, how could he not be upset about that? How can anyone not put two and two together, right? Missy says she thinks that Marcus is her handler. You know, honestly, I don't think Marcus is her handler. I think he's her cohort. Cohort, is that what it is? Partner in crime, but he definitely knows where the bodies are buried. He's definitely a part of that marriage. There's like 5 people in that marriage: Diana, Marcus, Doria, Harry, and Meghan. They have
And the
this
press.
and the press and the mic. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, do you think Marcus had dirt on H&M? Yes. I think Marcus was there in the beginning and he helped to orchestrate that relationship. And he was with Meghan before Harry, right? In the Soho days. So I do believe that Marcus and her friend, oh gosh, what was her name? The one she doesn't talk to anymore. They know where the
Jessica
bodies are
Mulroney.
buried.
Yeah.
Yes, Jessica Mulroney. They were her Soho pals before Harry. So absolutely. Um, Terry says Meghan has never had a meek moment in her entire life. Yeah, Meek and Meghan, they just do not go hand in hand. Absolutely not. Now, did you have another clip here? I'm going to put this to the stage. I don't know if this is the same one that we did.
Oh, it looks like it is, but
Yeah.
There's two more.
Let's see.
Oh, is that the same one?
This one's a little different. This is where she's kind of playing to the press, like, look at us, we're so happy. Here, in my opinion, Harry looks like he doesn't want to be there. He just wants, he's going through the motions. He's like, okay. He's literally dragging her and she's doing the look back, like playing to the crowd type of thing. And here I felt like she was forcing him to hold her
Play
hand.
the next video. The next video I zoomed in and showed what exactly was happening. The one on the end. This one. Yeah, look. Oh gosh.
Yep. She hits his hand. She's like, hold my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play that again.
And he like pushes her hand away.
Oh, okay. Yep. Totally force. Nothing like forcing your husband to hold your hand, right? Nothing like forcing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So in my personal opinion, there is definitely some major tension going on here. And then, of course, I think you were one of the people who talked about that speech. That speech was so awkward. The body language, the way that she was staring at him behind him. And the whole time he was giving the speech, in my opinion, he didn't believe what he was saying. It was like you could tell he knows he doesn't deserve the award, but they're stuck, right? They're already on the books. They have to go to the event. He was so, unpassionate, dispassionate. He was bored. He didn't believe what he was saying. He was just going through the motions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, get over with. But the biggest thing, and I think you were one of the people who pointed it out, was the fact that he didn't introduce Meghan. He literally just walked aside.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say, oh, and my wife, Meghan. He just walked aside. Didn't even look at her. And the death stare that she gave him when she had to walk up to the podium, I've never seen.
Too.
Yeah, I have a little clip here, but if you have one, please feel free to upload it. I think this is it, or this might be the Harry where she's talking about her kids, which was awful. Let me see.
Media, but we know that day is coming.
Okay, you uploaded it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see it.
And we cannot do it without you.
Here it is. The music was great. The music was great. We got to play this again.
And we cannot do it without you.
Now, I said in my video today that they reminded me of coworkers who don't like each other and they're forced to do a presentation.
Yeah.
Look at this again. They don't look like a happily married couple.
And we cannot do it without you.
Essentially, like, there's no transition because his speech ends with, we can't do it without you. No matter, like, whoever is speaking after you, he would say, and now so and so is going to talk about this, and it doesn't, it's such an abrupt end, and the transition is something people always do, saying, okay, so and so is going to come and talk after me, and he didn't do it. Like,
Right.
you would do it even for someone that's not your spouse, but even more so if they are, right? And
Yeah.
this was a Humanitarian of the Year award, right? So it's a single, it implies it's a single person. Either one of them could have backed down and said, no, you get it this time.
Well,
like, you represent us.
Yeah, but Meghan, this is her love language. Awards are her love language. So she's not going to not accept an award, or get a mic or give a speech. But I think they're trying to show that they're a unison because it was a part, I guess what it was it Archwell that received the Humanitarian Award, not necessarily Harry or Meghan. So maybe that's why they went together. I'm not really sure. But again, it seemed like people in the audience, no one really understands what it was they did exactly. Now, I don't know if other people got Humanitarian of the Year awards, like what other awards were given out that evening, or was it just Harry and Meghan getting an award? I'm not really sure. Never quite even heard of this event, to be honest with you. But the whole thing was just really, really strange. And Meghan's speech is just drivel, it's gloom and doom, and a lot of their information was outdated. And he even said something about a lawsuit about having parents sue the platforms for this and that. And it's like the platforms already have parental controls in place. They have teen accounts, they have children accounts, they have education, they have programs, they have filters. But at the end of the day, it is the parents' job to monitor what their kids are doing, right? You can't sue Instagram because Instagram isn't the parent of your child. But they have safeguards already in place. They've rolled out so much stuff in the past couple of years. So what Harry and Meghan are talking about, it's outdated, and they didn't give any real statistic or any real facts or any real resolutions. At least with William and Catherine, they have an actual program that has real resources and real information. But I feel like Harry and Meghan are like the sky has fallen, gloom and doom, right? They're just really weird with their speeches. And I want to play you a clip of Meghan's speech when she talks about Lily and Archie. Have you noticed, Revealing, how she's always having to bring up the ages of her children, like almost reminding herself that she's got kids who are 6 and 4? It's really weird.
It's really weird.
And like so many parents, we think constantly about how to embrace technology's benefits while safeguarding against its dangers. And that hopeful intention of separation is rapidly becoming impossible. In 2023, we connected with the Social Media Victims Law Center. We met with a group of American families whose lives were forever changed by the online harms that ultimately created the tragic fates of their children. And in that first gathering, it was clear that for all of these families, meeting others who'd endured a similar experience was comforting, but more than that, it was unifying.
Did you notice how she talks about her kids 4 and 6? And like it just went over like a lead balloon. Nobody cared. Nobody was like, oh, you've got kids who are 4 and 6. Because nobody has a relationship with her kids. It's weird.
Yeah.
And Harry looked bored. He looked like he wanted to be anywhere but there, in my personal opinion.
You know what I find coincidental? That William on The Reluctant Traveler just a couple of days ago talked about how his kids don't have phones. And just a couple of days after that, Harry and Meghan, or Meghan specifically, is reminding everyone, oh, they're too young to be on social media. So I wonder if, I don't know, it was to try to compete with William and Catherine. I don't know, just something that was coincidental.
Well, it seems like their entire platform, if you noticed, Harry is now talking about men's mental health. That's Prince William's platform. Prince William has talked about specifically men's mental health and suicide prevention because men have the largest growing rate of suicide and under any demographic. And he highlights men who are very stressed out, usually the providers for the families, told they can't cry, have emotions. So he is there trying to help and has real information and resources and charities for men's mental health. And all of a sudden now Harry's talking about men's mental health, literally the same day.
In 2018, the Fab Four interview, that was the bulk of what William was talking about. So we're talking 7 years ago, February 7.5 years ago, William was talking about exactly that.
Right.
Whoa. William mentioned, oh my gosh. Okay, let's connect some dots. In the Fab Four interview, William said something along the lines of, there's a, only X percentage of men will actually go to HR to talk about their problems. And it was a low percentage. I want to say like 3%. This is like memory is reminding me of this. And then to have Meghan turn around and say, I went to HR. It's odd. It's odd. I don't
And
know.
first of all, no royal is going to go to HR. That is for employees of the palace. Do you think Meghan's going there to say, hey, how many hours of PTO do I have left? Can I get Wednesday off? No, HR is for the palace staff. A royal would never have gone to HR and said, you know what? I'm having bad thoughts. Can you give me some help? And they say, no, Meghan, no, absolutely not. We don't care that you're a pregnant duchess and you want to throw yourself down the stairs. Suck it up, put on a party dress and go to Cirque du Soleil. Absolutely not. Harry was in counseling and he is such a moron. He's like, I didn't know what to do. I had to get on the phone and call my therapist. Are you serious? You didn't know what to do? You have a therapist. And then they contradicted themselves because they said, quote, they couldn't get help. And then he said, I was too embarrassed to tell my family and ask for help. So which is it? Were you embarrassed? Did you even tell your family what was happening? No. But you went to mythical HR where no royal has ever gone before. It makes zero sense. They made that whole thing up. I mean, they've been outed so many times. Mad Eye says, what a hypocrite. She has no qualm merching her kids in social media and yet lecturing us on not to do so. I've never put any of my kids in social media postings. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat, Honesty and Truth. She says, this woman is such a dark soul, opposite of Princess Diana. She wonders why most people don't like her. She never worked for charities, but cares for herself. Absolutely. Thank you, Carol, for the super chat. I have the most amazing moderators. Romeo, again, eating like a king as normal. And Tessie, thank you for your super chat. She says, hello, everyone. Thank you to Rvealing for letting me know about my live. Aw, thank you. And another person talked about how she likes us supporting one another. We do have a really good community here, a great group of girls. And we're going to be doing a Halloween extravaganza coming up, so you guys don't want to miss that. Fran says, no amount of therapy can help H until H is honest with himself, until H takes responsibility for his own words, deeds, and actions. No amount of help or therapy will work. 100% accountability. Rvealing.
You can't change what you don't acknowledge.
Whoa, that's a good point. Absolutely. Let's see here. HR can only do is give EAP pamphlet and give a number of Palace HR for the staff. Okay, here's a good point. Lisa said Catherine's brother contemplated suicide. Contemplated suicide. He failed, but that's why it's so important to Catherine and William. And remember, was it James Kingston last year committed, unaliving himself? So it is real, guys. It doesn't matter how good looking, how rich you are, how successful you are. When you have that depression, sometimes they hide it really, really well from people. So it's important for people to talk about it. Kipper says, I think she's given Harry the job of acquiring monarchy money. Other than that, he doesn't seem to have a focus. Yeah, he definitely looks like a lost soul. He's going through the motions. I don't think he really wants to be there, but I think he's kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, we had Prince William did the most amazing video interview. And I have to say, I really like what William and Catherine are doing. They're more down to earth. And I've always predicted on my channel that we're going to see more of the royals taking to social media. It's the digital age where they can reach more people faster by posting more stuff to social media, more behind the scenes, more relatable stuff. And Prince William has definitely been wearing his heart on his sleeve. He's been showing people it's okay to have emotion. It's okay to talk about things. And here's a small clip where he recently visited with a lady named Rvealing, whose husband committed suicide, 5 days after the death of their 1-year-old son, George. And she was devastated because she had no clue that he was struggling with mental health, that she thought they were happy, but they had a horrific event happen. So here she is, a single mom of 2 kids. She started a charity in 2012 to help other people who have lost a child. But watch this moment of Prince William tearing up, getting very, very emotional.
You okay?
I'm sorry, it's
No, it's
hard to ask you a question that I know
hard, and
it is.
you've experienced loss yourself.
Sorry, let me play that again.
You okay?
I'm sorry, it's
No, it's
hard to ask you a question that I know
hard, and
it is.
you've experienced loss yourself.
I just love seeing him be real, fighting back tears. Here you can tell he's a man who cares. He cares about the people that he's dealing with. It's not about picking up a trophy and saying, look how wonderful I am.
And just notice how he's having an emotional reaction, and his response is to comfort her. He reaches out and like, it's so genuine. Like, this is someone, and she does the same thing. She tells him she was trying to comfort him, and he's reciprocating that. We don't see this type of emotion with Meghan, definitely, and I haven't seen Harry really display it either. Maybe when he was younger, but I haven't really watched any footage like that. Can you play it again? Like, look how he reaches out his arm to comfort her.
You okay?
I'm sorry, it's
No, it's
hard to ask you a question that I know
hard, and
it is.
you've experienced loss yourself.
No, it's just so sweet. He reaches out to comfort her too.
Yeah, and there was more. I have more of the full clip on my Twitter and my Instagram, and I might be doing a full video on royal updates later on my other channel. But it's just such a beautiful, real moment. And I think we've gotten to the point where he is the people's prince. And I do believe that people give him a hard time because him and Catherine, they prioritize their children. You know, like you said, he says they don't have cell phones. They sit around the dinner table. He's giving his kids a real normal upbringing while he can afford to do that, because people forget he's not the king. He's the Prince of Wales. And the Queen, what I remember the Queen saying was when her and Philip were first married and they were living on the Isle of Anglesey, I believe it was, she said it was the happiest time of her life. She was a normal person. She hung out with her 2 young kids. They were part of the community. And then at 25, she became queen. She didn't have a choice, right? She didn't have a choice. So she always told Prince William when he was married to Catherine, enjoy your time before you become king. Enjoy your kids. Because once you're king, it's done. You're the king, right? So the fact that William and Catherine are really relishing in their children, they're taking their time to create a solid family unit, is important. So people, they give him a hard time, call him work-shy, Waleses, but they're doing the proper job of raising their children while their children are young, because we both know, Rvealing, all 3 of their children are going to be working royals.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of them, because there's not enough of them. But let them be kids. He does pick-up and drop-offs at the school. I love that. He actually does it, not like Meghan, who says that she does once a year. He actually does it. They schedule their appearances around their kids, not like Harry and Meghan, who leave 300 out of 365 days a year, weeks at a time, leaving their small 6 and 4 kids at home. So people quit criticizing him. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And I do believe that the Queen told him to take advantage of it before he's the king. That's my personal opinion. And I love the fact that he's being more like his mother and he's showing his emotion, because this is what people want from a king. This, not the picking up awards and lecturing people and telling them what to do. And Harry and Meghan just will never, ever, they don't have that quality. They're too self-absorbed, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Steve says sociopaths can't fake that amount of emotion. He is so genuine as opposed to hazmat and toxic. 100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see, here we have some more comments. Oh no. Mad Eye says, my parents died of cancer. During those tough times, we live each day to the best of our ability. I understand why William and Catherine prioritize their family time, because you never know how long you have. Exactly. And I hate to say it, but when I saw William and the King Charles looked so frail compared to William. I don't know if you saw the video of them showing up together, but he definitely looks like he's, having a hard time. He's definitely getting up there. The cancer is ravishing him. And
I just
so,
want to say really quick, so sorry for your loss, Mad Eye, and sending big hugs. It's heartbreaking.
yeah. It just seems like it's such an epidemic with cancer. And yeah, my heart does go out to you. Ruby Cuba says, even a pro actress with time to prepare Harkles can't sound authentic. How bad is it that a professional can't even deliver a prepared speech properly? Absolutely. Absolutely. William has a real relationship with this lady years long. Absolutely. So he first met with the lady in 2017, and then he came back for a second visit. Absolutely. And I like the fact that she had like a normal house and a normal kitchen, and here's William just sitting in there. I love it. It was just so down to earth. Lizzie B says, because Harry harbors anger, that's why he needed to marry a woman who gave him water to put it out, not kerosene. Absolutely. You have two people who are perpetual victims. They always come from a victim mentality, even though they're the most privileged people on the planet. Lisa Smith says, true empathy can't be faked. 100%. Sarah says, children's death is so hard on parents, so often leads to divorce and already dark time. Absolutely. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm trying to read y'all. My eyes are so bad. Missy Lulu says, FYI, this past summer, William's maternal second cousin, Rosie Roche, died by taking her own life. That's right. She was really young. Wasn't she like 20 or something? She was like a really young person. That's so sad.
Yeah.
Rachel always seems too small at the inappropriate times. Absolutely. Gizzard 1930 says, I love that William has emotion. He will succeed to help the homeless. Lucky the UK has him. 100%. Susan G says, that interview was amazing. I don't know what happened to the dad's psych, but he could have had a complete mental breakdown. I've seen it happen, and it's awful. Oh, thank you. Pinky's Tea Party says, you girls are good together. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate that. Lisa Smith says, committed suicide. Sorry for spelling. He wrote a book saying how his dog saved, that was Catherine's brother. He wrote a book saying how his dog saved his life, and that's why he started in the dog treat food business, and Markle copied him. See, that's the problem with Meghan Markle, is that nothing she does is for real. She doesn't start things because she's passionate about them. She starts things because she thinks she can make a quick buck. And that is why she's not doing very well with her As Ever brand. Right? Have you heard? I mean, to me, it's just like fizzled out. People have lost interest. They're bored.
I mean, when I've said this about the show With Love Meghan, but it goes into all of this work that work in quotation marks that she's been doing. And when we watch TV or something on Netflix, I think most of us are doing it to unwind. But watching Meghan on With Love Meghan is like watching someone work. It's exhausting. We get tired watching it because it's like, me going to I don't know, going over to your house and watching you work, Michelle. You know, it's great to spend time together, um, but I would rather spend time with you doing fun things rather than working, right? So it just takes effort. Like it looks like it takes her effort to do the cooking, to entertain guests, and that's why it's spilling over in everything. People see that this isn't she doesn't want to do it. Um her only goal is financial.
100%. She just thought she could slap her name on it, private label, like all the other celebrities. But do you know how many celebrity brands have failed because people knew they were just throwing their name on it to make a buck, right? They're not authentic. They don't actually believe or actually use their own product. Thank you, Kipper14, for the super sticker. Romeo is going to be eaten like a king for the rest of the week. He's so spoiled, you guys. Literally. 18-year-old cat runs the house. I should tell y'all some Romeo stories. He was almost going to go free to a good home last week, revealing. He was
Really?
on
Why? What happened?
because he's annoying. He's annoying. He's spoiled. He was bored. You know, he runs up to closed doors and cries and scratches and wants me to hold him constantly, and decided he doesn't like the 30 cans of food I just bought now, but he liked it last week. Yeah, he's a stinker.
These pets are the best. Right now, my little Aurora I have my arms on my desk, like elbows down, and she's laying on like I can't move the mouse right now. I can't type anything. I can't move the mic. She's asleep.
Aw.
So I'm totally not, why do I keep forgetting words? I don't know.
Deborah R says, looks like her new PR team told MM not to keep smiling. Yeah, is she doing the new I'm not going to smile anymore look? Is that the new thing that she's trying to do here? Oh, Lisa Smith said, I had cancer last year and the treatment was worse than the cancer. It's not called the silent killer for nothing. Oh, Lisa, we wish you fast healing and lots of love and hugs to you. I had a friend who had stage 3 breast cancer, and you're right, the treatment is worse than the cancer. So we do hope that you're doing well. Let's see here. Missy Lulu says, yes, I agree. This is William and Catherine's grace period to spend as much as possible with their family. Think Princess Grace dying in a car crash and Princess Caroline's husband dying in a boat racing accident. Yeah, you just never know what cards you're going to be dealt. And we all know that Queen Elizabeth had no clue that she was going to be queen at 25. So she didn't get the luxury of raising her kids, right? Of being, just a princess. She became queen at a very young age. And hopefully, William will have quite a few more years. But again, when I saw King Charles, and not to be unkind, but in my opinion, since the Queen passed away in the past, 3 years, he's aged a lot. And of course, he has cancer. So that's aging him. But when you see them together, he just looked so frail. And I really do hope that he is okay. And we hope that he has quite a few years left. But I think we all know it could be sooner than we anticipated, but his parents lived to be in their 90s, right? So
what do you think about how Harry, after his visit to Clarence's house, said that this next year he's going to prioritize his dad?
Exactly.
Is that something we should be reading between the lines?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good point. And do you think that the king would actually tell him anything about his illness? I don't know.
I think so. I mean, I would hope that if I was estranged from one of my parents and they knew what was I would hope they would tell me so that there could be forgiveness that could happen really quick. And so, as I don't remember who it was in the chat, Mad Eye, I think, so that you can enjoy your time with them. Every moment is precious. So I don't think that he would gatekeep that information. I hope.
Right. Sorry. Guys, I'm here. Nothing saying. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead and say what you were saying. I apologize for that. I clicked on something.
That's okay. That's okay. I was just saying that I would hope that that is information that he would say to Harry, like he would take the risk of saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he would have said it in a way that is exactly like how Harry said it, where it's like read between the lines. I don't know.
Right. And here's a video clip of the King and William. They showed up together. It was the Natural History Museum where they had a special event for the pre-COP 30. William is going to be in, Rio de Janeiro for the Earthshot Prize on November 5th. And then on the 6th, he's representing his father at this event. But it was lovely to see father and son together. It was a rare joint appearance. You don't really see them do events together, so it was lovely to see them. And of course, there were some wonderful moments of them together, which I thought was fantastic. But I think they were kind of also squashing some of the rumors, perhaps. People are talking about how they weren't speaking, that things were a little bit difficult between them. And I think that's normal between a father and a son. But I definitely could see that there was a lot of love. Sorry about that. Here's a cute moment where you see William walks over to his father. And I don't know. What do you guys think? I just thought it was adorable.
I thought this was adorable too. Yeah.
It just shows how much they really do love each other.
And notice how Harry doesn't tap the King on his arm to say, finish up that conversation. He stands there.
Come on, Dad, come on. But it was just like a reassuring. But see, Charles to me looks, I don't know, I guess because William is so tall, but he just looks more diminutive than I normally see him standing. But I just thought, yeah, definitely.
Man, it breaks my heart.
Absolutely. But again, look at that. Oh, see, William looks like he's a very affectionate person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart that Harry is repeating the same mistake over and over and over again. Like I don't know if you could tell, but my voice kind of broke.
Yeah.
Because he did it when he didn't answer the phone when his mom called. He did it to Prince Philip. He did it to the Queen. And now he's doing the same with his dad, being estranged from people in their last days. And I mean, he wasn't estranged from his mom. He was just a kid and didn't answer the call. But it's almost like, why hasn't he learned?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I actually had done a video about this when he did the BBC interview, talking about how sometimes people will recreate the same mistake over and over and over again. And that's what that's his pattern. It's unfortunate. And I remember there was something where the King said, I think he said it to Harry and to William, like, please don't make my last few years or the last bit of my life miserable. And look at what I just can't. It makes me very upset.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you on that. Mad Eye says, did you hear the latest talk that Charles is no longer speaking to William post the interview? I think it's rubbish. Yeah, I think this appearance kind of put that to bed, that I do believe they're speaking. Now, there probably is tension. That's a normal thing between a father and a son. You can have disagreements, and there's a lot of stress. And I'm sure because William is younger, William wants to make changes, but his father's the king. His father, is the one who's ruling the roost here. They have the whole Harry situation. It can't be easy for William or for the king, for that matter. Lisa Smith says, I just wish people would stop calling the king weak Wanting William to be king is wishing the death on King Charles. Of course, he is weak. He has terminal cancer. Yeah, we're definitely not wishing anything upon King Charles. As I said, we hope he has many, many years to come. We definitely are not rushing anything. But in my personal opinion, he did look a little frail compared to William. But that's not putting anything against King Charles. The man has a full schedule and does more work than I do. And he's 77. So believe me, King Charles is working really hard, and nobody is wanting him to, leave the throne any sooner than he has to. So we're definitely not saying that for sure. Let's see here. Yes, the monarchy is the family business. Absolutely. So there's going to be arguments. No one is going to get along and agree 100% of the time. Working with your family, if you ever worked for a family-owned business, there's going to be disagreements. I believe King Charles has kind of followed on in his mother's footsteps. He's not making any major waves, but when William takes over, the way he talked about it in the Eugene Levy interview was that he's looking and assessing tradition and changing it where it needs to be changed for modern times, not getting rid of tradition. But a lot of people, he says, they kind of become a prisoner to tradition, and then they don't move forward or they don't change things for the good. And so William is like, we need to make sure what we're doing makes sense for the monarchy. We're not just going to do it because they've done it for 500 years. We're going to do it because it makes sense for our time. And so I think that's what William was talking about. He's still about tradition, but he also wants to preserve it for his son and for the future of the monarchy. A lot of monarchies in Europe have made a lot of changes. They've modernized with the times because you have to. I mean, yes, you need tradition, but you also need to be a little bit more modern, to the modern times. Like I said in my video today, we don't want royals wearing tiaras and fur coats and white gloves and just waving to us from glass carriages. We want them to be like William, who's out there meeting with people, doing real things, real talk, real conversation, solving real problems for the average folk. People can relate to William sitting around this lady in her kitchen talking about suicide versus him driving down in a carriage just waving to you. Right? We don't want them behind the plexiglass. We want them to be real and tangible and doing something. So he's doing these big projects like ending homelessness, Earthshot Prize, doing the mental health. Catherine's doing her children work. So they're doing real things that have real impact for real people and having tradition and the pomp and circumstance. But the monarchy of 2025 is not the monarchy of 1940. It's different. We have social media. People expect different things now. What do you think?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I love tradition in the sense of, I don't know, preserving the past, but of course there are things that, just like you're saying, we didn't used to have the ability to see what's happening at the moment across the globe, but now we do. So I think it's keeping to the tradition and also making it better if possible.
Absolutely. Deborah R. says Charles needs to deal with Andrew and the duo. See, that is right there, Deborah, the nail on the head. I think a lot of people are sick of it. I think if William was in charge, it would have been dealt with immediately. They don't need to be on the website. But instead, we have a link to Sussex.com. It's like, why are we placating two people who quit, who left the monarchy, who are causing problems for the monarchy? Why are they still on the website? Get them off. Why are we placating them? But I think Charles, again, he's not rocking the boat. Why? I'm sure William is like, why are they still on there? Get them off. Andrew, oh, God. Woo, Lord, there's some new stuff coming out revealing about Andrew and Fergie. Those two, I'm sorry, but they need to go to an island somewhere, and they need to take Harry and Meghan with them. honestly.
I don't know if you know Cheer Denise.
Yes, I
She's,
love her. I love her.
yeah, she's great. And I listened to her do the book. Oh goodness, it's about a woman who worked at Highgrove, and around the time that Diana was still there. I forget the name of the book. But in
Is it
that
real
book,
or fiction?
it's true. It's a woman who actually worked there and
Okay.
had interactions with both Charles and Diana, and she would describe the things that Fergie and Andrew would do, and it's just entitled and gross and like, yeah. And that was what, early 90s?
She said
So
it was gross.
she did some gross things. Yeah. I
That-
mean, both of them. They did some gross, like unhygienic, nasty things.
Oh, you mean like Andrew and Fergie? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I actually have Andrew Lowney's book. I'm trying to get through it, but I was kind of bored, to be honest. The early years learning about Andrew wasn't really popular in school. But I'm getting to the part where after they got married, my goodness, these two people. I might be working on a video about the new information that came out about Fergie and the emails and Andrew. It's not good. And so I do like the fact that William has pretty much distanced himself from the Yorks. He does not want to be associated with Andrew and Fergie at all. And I back him on that 100% because even having them standing next to him at that funeral, and you could tell that Andrew was trying to play up to William, and William was like, "Not today, Satan, not today." He was not having it. You can tell Andrew knew the camera was on him, and he was like trying to crack a joke, and William was just not about it. And so I think when the change happens, there's going to be massive change. Some people might be exiled. Is all I'm saying. We're hoping. We're hoping. I think I just got another. Oh, KB Dazzlers, thank you for the super chat. She says, I feel he's trying to get a leg in as a royal to get his IPP status. Just came out he wants to go to court again after announcing his visit to see his daddy. You know, what is wrong with him? Was he hit on his head? Revealing, like, why does he keep doing this?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Yes, yes, I can't. I'm so over this man. Seriously.
Like, how do you call yourself a humanitarian and expect for the people of the world to foot your bill?
You know,
put your money where your mouth is.
You know, and they're not happy with anything. I mean, I would live in the broom closet of Buckingham Palace if I can get a turkey sandwich and Wi-Fi. Okay, let's be real here. Free rent, sign me up. Ivy House of Bark says the Housekeeper's Book. Is that the name of it? Does that sound familiar? I might have to look at that.
I think someone typed it. I think it's called The Housekeeper's Diary. I think that's the name.
Oh,
and
okay.
whoever it was, sorry, I forget who the comment was from, but they said that the Vintage Read Show also did it too.
Yeah,
I read this, that Boho Chic said. It's funny.
That's the problem. Andrew on an island and got into a lot of trouble. I mean, you know, could we have a reality show? You know, seriously, I've always wanted to have a reality show of exiled royals. I'm fascinated by the exiled royals of like Europe, like of France and Italy, the ones that don't have sitting royalties, because there's people who are fighting, they want to get on the throne. And there's two different houses, right, for each of them, and the Russians too. And I'm like, wouldn't it be hilarious if we could put like Harry and Meghan and Princess and Martha Louise and her husband, oh, they have a new story, and put them on an island like Survivor and film it as a reality show. And whoever wins gets like a castle somewhere or a country. I just think it would be funny to have all these weird exiled wannabes, you know, duking it out on reality TV. At least make it entertaining, right? Do something.
There would be a lot of mudslinging, right?
Absolutely. Yes, you know, go and just subscribe to Shira Denise. She's amazing. I really do like her. and all the financial corruption of the Yorks. Yes, it's just honestly, I used to like Fergie. I did. Americans really loved Fergie back in the 80s and the 90s with the Weight Watchers and the Wedgwood China. We all thought she was so fun, the redheaded front of Diana. I did. I used to enjoy Fergie, but now it's like learning about her, reading the book. These people are literally, Harry and Meghan are our generation, Sarah and Andrew, blowing so much money and opportunity for greed. And they're going to end up like Uncle Andy and Fergie. They better look, because that's their future. In my opinion, they are effing it up. They're just in a different country.
You mean, did you say Harry and Meghan?
Yes, I think Harry and Meghan are our times Andrew and Fergie, because they're so disliked. Now, of course, we don't know about any of their financial corruption like Andrew and Sarah, but when it comes to the opportunity and the amount of money that they have gone through, it's astounding. Mm-hmm. And I think if Harry and Meghan are not careful, they're going to end up, because they're already unpopular, they're not liked, they're going through money, right? They're blowing through their opportunities. But Andrew and Fergie had so much money and opportunity, it was never enough for them. And now look at them. They're in a lot of trouble with their associations. So I definitely believe, yes, Carol. I knew Carol would know the houses. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, the Orleans and the Bourbon. Yes, in France. They're duking it out in France. They're fighting to get to the throne. This needs to be a reality show. This is my type of reality show. Exiled royals duking it out to see who could live in Versailles. I would love this. And it wasn't there the Bonapartes too? There's the Bonapartes. You know, they have some, I think they're in government, but there's some Bonaparte ancestors. I'm like, let's get all three of them in there, guys. Fight for the crown in France would be so fun. Good one. The island of ill repute. Absolutely. Speaking of ill repute, has anyone seen the new Downton Abbey movie? I am dying to see it. I need to go see it. My mom and I are hopefully going to be able to see it together. Have y'all seen it? Let me know if it's good.
I have not seen it, but I need to watch it.
Yes. And there's a lot of good movies that came out. I think Carol had quite a few suggestions. So if you guys want, on my other channel, I might do some book and movie reviews that are a lot of fun. I love period pieces, but I think that would be fun. Let's see here, guys. So we're going to start wrapping it up, but I want to thank the lovely Rvealing the Narc for joining me. I knew she would have some great insight to share.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's been a good time. Thank you, everyone, also for being here.
Yes, and make sure you go and check out Rvealing's channel. Okay. I hate when this happens. It never like...
Yeah, like you have to remove the video.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I think one of these days I'll get this right. So please go over and check out Rvealing the Narc's channel. She does amazing clips. She does amazing shorts, and she always pinpoints things that a lot of people miss. So go over and check out Rvealing the Narc. She's lovely. And again, we're going to be joining all of the ladies at the end of the month. I think we're going to try to do a Halloween extravaganza. So we'll have some karaoke. Maybe we'll wear a costume. We'll do some Halloween trivia. I'm also going to have Julia Unleashed is joining me next Sunday. And after that, HD Tutor is going to come back and we're going to talk paranormal stories and also some Halloween folklore and Halloween trivia. So lots of really fun, exciting things coming up, guys. But be sure to check out Rvealing the Narc's channel. And as always, it's been lovely speaking with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Oh, and thank you to my wonderful mods. Bye, guys.